Hey travelers, Grace here. And boy, are we in for some exciting adventures. Before we pack our bags, there are some big changes coming to the way we travel in 2025. Let's dive right in. All right. Let's start with the most important document for any traveler, your passport. Many countries are streamlining the passport renewal process with new online systems. You'll be able to renew your passport from the comfort of your own home, avoiding long lines and tedious paperwork. But with these new systems, there's a good chance we'll see a surge in passport applications, meaning longer processing times. My advice? Don't wait until the last minute. Check your passport's expiration date as soon as you know you've got a trip coming up. Many countries require your passport to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel dates. Take advantage of these new online renewal systems and get that application in early. Now let's talk about Europe. Starting in 2025, Europe is introducing a new travel authorization system called ETIAS, the European Travel Information and Authorization System. Think of it like a digital visa waiver. If you're from a country that currently enjoys visa-free travel to Europe, you'll likely just need to apply for ETIAS online before your trip. It's a simple process that only takes a few minutes and costs around €7. Once you're approved, your ETS authorization will be valid for 3 years or until your passport expires, whichever comes first. This means you can enjoy multiple trips to Europe without having to reapply each time. Make sure to check the official ETIAS website to see if your nationality requires an application. Applying for ETIAS is quick and easy, ensuring a smoother journey through European border controls. Okay, now let's shift gears and talk about domestic travel within the United States. With new regulations coming into effect, it's important to stay informed. Starting in 2025, the Real ID Act will be fully enforced, meaning you'll need a Real ID compliant driver's license or identification card to board domestic flights. This change aims to enhance security and streamline the identification process. A Real ID is a driver's license or identification card that meets specific security standards set by the federal government. These standards were established to ensure that identification documents are more secure and less susceptible to tampering or fraud. To get a Real ID, you'll need to visit your local DMV with proof of identity, social security number, and residency. This process might take some time, so it's a good idea to plan ahead and gather all necessary documents before your visit. If you don't have a Real ID compliant document, you can still use a valid passport or other acceptable forms of identification for domestic flights. However, these alternatives might not be as convenient for everyday use. However, getting a Real ID is a good idea, even if you don't fly frequently. It simplifies the process and ensures you're prepared for any travel plans that might come up unexpectedly. It can also be used for other federal purposes, like entering secure government buildings or military bases. This makes it a versatile form of identification that can be useful in various situations. Check your driver's license. If it has a star in the upper right corner, you're good to go. This star indicates that your ID is Real ID compliant and meets the new federal standards. All right, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, packing. Whether you're a frequent flyer or an occasional traveler, packing can be a bit of a hassle, especially when it comes to liquids, specifically those pesky liquid restrictions for carry-on luggage. We've all been there trying to fit everything into those tiny bottles. In 2025, some airports are implementing new technologies that might just make our lives a little easier. Imagine a world where you don't have to worry about those restrictions as much. These new scanners can detect a wider range of liquids, gels, and aerosols, making the security process smoother and faster, which means we might be able to say goodbye to those 1-quart-size plastic bags altogether. No more fumbling around trying to fit everything in. However, it's important to note that these new scanners are not yet standard in all airports. So, don't get too excited just yet. Until they're more widely adopted, Stick to the current liquid rules. It's better to be safe than sorry. Liquids, gels, and aerosols must be in containers no larger than 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters. This rule is still in effect. And they need to fit comfortably in a single quart-sized clear plastic bag. Make sure everything is visible and easy to inspect. Consider using solid toiletries like shampoo bars and toothpaste tablets. They can save space and reduce the hassle. If you need to bring larger quantities of liquids, pack them in your checked luggage. This way, you won't have to worry about the restrictions at all. Now let's talk about something we all hope we won't have to deal with, but should be prepared for flight disruptions. Whether it's due to weather, technical issues, or other unforeseen circumstances, flight disruptions can be a major inconvenience. Delays and cancellations are an unfortunate reality of air travel, but the good news is that in 2025, new consumer rights regulations are being implemented to provide travelers with better protection and compensation in these situations. These changes aim to make air travel less stressful and more predictable. The U.S. Department of Transportation is introducing stricter rules that will require airlines to be more transparent about their policies and to offer fairer compensation to passengers who experience delays or cancellations. This means airlines will have to be upfront about what you can expect if your flight is disrupted. Airlines will be required to clearly disclose their policies on tarmac, delays, baggage fees, and family seating. This transparency will help passengers make more informed decisions when booking their flights. They'll also need to provide more timely and accurate information about flight status updates. This means fewer surprises and more time to make alternative arrangements if necessary. Passengers who experience significant delays or cancellations will be entitled to greater compensation, including meal vouchers, hotel accommodations, and even refunds in certain cases. This ensures that travelers are not left stranded without support. Knowing your rights and understanding these new regulations can help you navigate these situations more effectively. Being informed can make a big difference in how you handle unexpected disruptions. Familiarize yourself with the new consumer rights regulations before you travel. This preparation can save you time and stress if you encounter any issues. The U.S. Department of Transportation website is a great resource for this information. It provides detailed guidelines and updates on the latest regulations. If you do experience a delay or cancellation, stay calm, be polite but assertive, and don't be afraid to advocate for your rights. Remember, being well-informed and prepared can turn a potentially stressful situation into a manageable one. Well, folks, there you have it. Those are some of the most important travel rule changes you need to know. Check your passport expiration date. Familiarize yourself with ETIAS and Real ID requirements. Pack smart and know your rights as an air traveler. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, leave a comment, help me get to 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. Safe travels.